Good morning, everyone. I'd like to share with you a very special Bible passage this morning. It's taken from the book of Philippians, chapter 4. I'll read it to you later on as we conclude our little devotion today. When I was a very young fellow, my parents would take trips to rural areas just to get out of town. I remember one trip to a farm with my mother, grandmother, and sisters that was owned by a couple of unmarried brothers and their married sister. They lived in a large farmhouse built on a hill that was some distance from all the rest of the outbuildings. It had been home for that family for a very long time. Billy, Walter, and their sister Frida enjoyed this fine home and eagerly welcomed friends and relatives to join them there for picnics, special holidays, and other family celebrations. Or you could just drop in. One of the things that bothered them, however, was the ever-present swarms of black flies. In an attempt to control the flies, they had placed a rather unusual device over the kitchen door. It looked like it contained some black light bulbs and an electrified grid. Underneath them was hung what looked like a flour sack. When flies or other insects were drawn by the black light glow, they flew into the grid, they were electrocuted, and their exploded body parts dropped into the bag. I was fascinated by the system. When I asked what it was, Frida's attorney husband answered, "Freddie, it's an example of fatal attraction." And he walked away laughing. I didn't get it. I was reminded of that incident by what I heard on NPR not too long ago. In an interview with a mental health professional about how so many people are struggling with depression, anxiety, and disillusionment, several ideas were offered as solutions. The one that stood out from the perspectives of secular humanism was the suggestion to simply stop watching the steady barrage of unclear and uncertain network TV, and to replace it with healthy exercise, reaching out to help others, and filling your mind with things positive and constructive. The problem, however, was to go cold turkey and cut off the sources of bad news. It's like the fly trap, or, as I was told, an example of fatal attraction. Instead of thinking positively and being comforted by good news, we are drawn to the dark side and the wickedness of evil men and women who serve only the devil. We are hungry for corrupt news. The wide-scale destruction of peoples all over the world is captivating. Even the perverted activities of the rich and famous attract us. When I start slipping into this dark hole, I am reminded of our passage for today. And this is what I want to share with you and hope that you will be guided and comforted by. These are the words of God as recorded in Philippians chapter 4, verses 4 through 9. Rejoice in the Lord always. I will say it again. Rejoice. Let your gentleness be known to everyone. The Lord is near. Do not worry about anything, but in everything, by power and petition, with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. And the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. Finally, brothers, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is commendable, if anything is excellent, if anything is praiseworthy, think about these things. The things that you learned, received, heard, and saw in me, keep doing these things, and the God of peace will be with you.